We're doing a quick overnighter, gonna go up towards Mount Mitchell. But this is not just to do a quick overnighter, this is also to do a bee inventory on the Blue Ridge Parkway. So I go to School for Environmental Studies with concentration in ecological forestry, and the E&S department is working with an organization on the Blue Ridge Parkway to inventory the diversity of bee species, basically is what it is. And I guess they're trying to figure out how many different species live within the Blue Ridge Parkway. First I'm going to head to, like I said, to Walmart, get a couple groceries, and then we'll head up the parkway and we'll make a few stops probably along the way. And because I had some pink build up in here and I washed it out, but it's bacteria, I'm going to put bleach. So 22 milliliters is what you would put in there, but I'm just going to put 20 milliliters. That is 20 milliliters of bleach in the 30-gallon tank. If you're wondering about my setup, I've got WeBoost signal booster with my iPhone here. Over here I've got the DeLorme inReach, which now is the Garmin inReach, but this is the version before Garmin bought them out. And it's connected to my iPad Mini 4. Now I do have an iPad Pro, and I have a mount, the same mount, so I can mount it here, but I'm constantly using the iPad Pro, so I just keep the Mini mounted in here. It's totally dedicated to Gaia, GPS, and the Garmin EarthMate app. And so it doesn't have, well, it's got a couple other stuff on it, but that's its primary function. Down here I have my switches and my radio system. This is the Yaesu 857D, and it is HF, VHF, and UHF transceiver. My switches, the only thing they go to is one switch goes to my Apex Overland 19,000 lumen lights. They're 19,000 lumens each, and I very rarely use them. And it doesn't go to anything else. I have my weapon mounted here, just so I can quickly get to it, and I forget the name of the holster that I'm using. I used to have a camera mounted up here, but I don't anymore, so I'm now using the GoPro mounted. GoPro Hero 6 Black, Hero 7 Black, with the Ulanzi mic adapter case, a mic adapter, and then the Rode Video Micro. And that's mounted to a swivel arm attached to the headrest of my passenger seat. So it's starting to rain up here in the higher elevations, and we may get up into cloud cover actually, which is always kind of awesome. I love being up in cloud cover. So we're definitely up in the clouds. Our elevation is 5,084 and climbing. And so we are definitely in the clouds now. We should be getting close to Craggy Gardens Visitor Center. This may be it right in front of us. Yeah, this is. It's hard to see, but it's definitely there. So we're going to pull over here. So at the Craggy Gardens, if you go north, you've got Mount Mitchell, Crabtree Meadows, and then if you go south, you've got Asheville, Mount Pisgah, and then you can also hit the Great Smoky Mountains, but you got to go further west for that. They do have bathrooms here. That's one good thing. It's pretty windy. There are trails that run down in here. This drops pretty steeply down. I know it's kind of eerie driving up here sometimes when it's this thick cloud cover. You can't see, but you know that to your left it's like a straight drop. Woo, yeah. So you can't see this obviously, but I can't either technically. It's just like white nothingness out there. So we coming up here on Highway 128, which leads to Mount Mitchell State Park. So they do have a restaurant up there and an observation tower. I've been up here a couple times. Actually, it's clearing out. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can see the valley down there. So we're gonna pull in here. So this is going to be a spruce fir forest up here. Acid rain actually hit this area really hard, and it's extremely impacted the ecosystem up here. You know, it's funny, people come up here and they're not going to be able to see anything, but again, it's still pretty neat. We're going to back in over here. Elevation here is 6,578 feet, and I have 6,568 feet, so that's not bad. Margin of error on my GPS. So we're gonna park here and eat some lunch. So we just hopped in the back here and gonna make some lunch. It's pretty chilly up here, so it's gonna be chilly tonight for sure. If I open this up, you can see that it's pretty windy out there. You know, I always used Hellman's until I found Duke's. Yeah, I'm kind of partial to Duke's. Is there a real difference? I mean, I think so, but maybe not. I have to get this lunch meat in these little self-contained packets. I just use one per sandwich. So I just ate. My SD card filled up, so I had to go through and delete some files. But it hit the spot. I need to get some dry, good shelving in here. I thought about I could put some shelves up here. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's look at my winter coat on. It's probably 50, low 50s with a pretty hefty wind. Normally they have a concession stand here, but it's closed down. I don't know what the time of year is on it when they open this up. And they have a little museum here and a gift shop. It tells you Elijah Mitchell, scientist and professor, died in an attempt to prove this mountain highest in the eastern U.S. Grave is at the summit. And we're coming up
the top here, 6,684 feet. This is the grave site. How you doing?
Good, you?
Pretty good?
Good.
So, it's a view of nothing but just white clouds. Normally, when you're up here, you can see this. But what we have instead is this. Still pretty neat though. Again, I've been up here several times, so this is not a huge disappointment for me because I've already seen it. So it is 16:30. So I can hang out up here a little bit longer, check out the museum probably, and head down and probably find a spot to set up camp. It's always fun to come visit, so like I said, if you're up here, definitely check it out. I'm going to get loaded up and start heading down and figuring out if we're going to park and set up camp, or if we're going to maybe head a little further north and kind of explore a little bit. We'll figure it out. So this is the spot. I forgot my leveling block. It's semi-level, but not enough to level. But it'll work. So we're losing light quick, and that means that the quality of this GoPro is going to go downhill rapidly. I figured we'd walk down here and take a look. Okay, so we got a couple little streams meeting up together here. Woo! Little trail that runs down there. Oh, okay, right here's the trail signs. There are people out here. Just below me, about 500 meters, there's two vehicles parked with nobody in them. And so this is Buncombe Horse Trail and South Toe River Road. It's 4.2 miles. Oh, I think there's an old road that runs. I don't think it's accessible. There's no logging road. But pretty. Got some down trees here. Weather's supposed to be mild, so I'm not too worried about it. And I am kind of, so from where I'm parked, I've got this little section above me kind of protecting me. So I'm kind of in a cove, so to speak. It's a lot colder than I had anticipated it. It's gonna get cold tonight, so I have my winter jacket. I always travel with all my jackets. Again, that's one of the beauties of having a big old truck like mine, is you can just pack it to the brim. And I do have a 15-degree synthetic bag, so there's no way it's gonna get that low. Plus, you know, being inside that truck cap, it's semi-insulated. So I should be just fine. The one good thing about the elevation and the chilliness is bugs will not be an issue. I could actually pull up my bug net, but it's fine. So we will move on to preparing a meal for tonight. And that's going to be spaghetti. Can't get this thing to boiling. So we got dinner going. Well, we've got water boiling. And again, I don't know what the light is, but this is to show you this jet boil stove. Turn it down, turn it, so you can simmer with it, or you can turn it up. And that wasn't even all the way down. That was just where you can crank it up. But it's got a ton of adjustment on it. Unlike the Pullman stoves, it's either like full blast or nothing at all. So just gonna get a little bit of spaghetti going, and we'll be good to go. So I didn't do the meat because I left it out. Forgot to put it in the refrigerator. It wasn't that long. Well, I say it wasn't that long. It was probably 6 hours. It didn't get like crazy hot, but I thought, you know what? I just want to take a chance. I'm getting sick out here. So I did not put the meat in here. Good morning. Truck woke me up about, my alarm set for 7. Truck woke me up about 6:50. It's about 7:20 right now, but sun just now peeked over the finger there. It's not really cold, but it's chilly this morning. So gonna get kind of cleaned up and breakfast started, and then we'll head to the Craggy Gardens Visitor Center. Pour a little bit of water this morning. I'm not gonna use percolator to make coffee. Just gonna use a bowl of water. I'll use a pour over to make coffee. Morning. Making a little coffee this morning. It's very strong, but that's because the first part of the brew was in here, but it's not bad. Also threw out the Goal Zero Boulder Briefcase 100. Hooked it up to a Goal Zero charge controller for my battery. I don't really need it, but I just started running the truck for a while, but can't hurt. Beautiful morning.
Yeah, the stake will go near the middle set of traps. Okay.
So what we're doing here is we're putting up plots to collect pollinators. There's cups, different colors, and then the pollinators will come in and they'll get trapped in here, and then we'll come and collect the species, and we'll be able to tell what pollinators are here, and that will go back to Appalachian State. And they're working with the National Park Service, and they'll do a study to figure out species diversity and composition. And this is all along the entire parkway. So we just finished up, and I think I'm going to swing by my house and then possibly head out, but I don't know which direction I'm going to go. I was going to go to Lake James from here, but there's a couple of things that I want to grab, and since I'm only about an hour and a half from my house, I mean, I drive an hour every day just to go to school one way, so I mean, an hour drive is not a big deal to me. So I'm going to swing by the house, grab a couple things that I forgot, and I may head back out, but we'll see. Maybe look at a couple other things for school, and if not, then this will conclude my trip. And if that's the case, thanks for